This is Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. I'm Chris Spiker, your host of Antelope Valley Florist, co-host and birthday boy, Aaron Goldstein, Goldstein Digital. Hey, Aaron.
Hey.
Happy, how many years now?
21.
21
Wow.
21 big years.
It's a celebration day.
It is.
How you feeling? You okay?
It's one of those days, but you know, I'm catching up to it.
Who's our first guest today?
Our first guest today is Donna Hill from Mom's House.
Hey, Donna.
Hey, how are you? How's everybody today?
We're all good. Let's hope the audience is good.
Absolutely. How are you today?
Good, good, good. So, thank you for being a member of the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce.
Well, thank you for having me as a member. It's been an honor and a pleasure.
And tell me a little bit about Mom's House.
Well, Mom's House is a nonprofit. We work to advocate active aging for seniors, and that is a whole lot, and let me tell you what that means. It means we do projects and programs and things that keep seniors active and engaged.
Yeah. And you joined the Lancaster Chamber.
I did, and it's because I'm not a homegrown, what is it? What do you call them, Lancasterian? Oh, anyway, I wasn't born in Lancaster. I was born in LA, and so the way for me to get to know all the businesses and to know what's really going on in the city of Lancaster was to join the chamber. It's been great.
Kind of how you feel the pulse of the community.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as a nonprofit, you're always out there begging, and so it's nice to actually know people as opposed to a stranger walking up and saying, "Hey." So it's been great. I've met quite a few interesting people, and then there's a lot of knowledge in there too. Because it's a room full of business people, and so they have a lot of knowledge that they're very willing to share. So I appreciate that.
So it's a great way to meet people.
Great way to meet people. Great way to promote your business. Great way to meet people. Great way to socialize. We have mixers, and they are awesome, and that's actually business and pleasure. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So those are fun, and they're always in a big business. I guess a business who has space to have them, and so it's nice also to see some businesses. We were talking the other day in one of the meetings, and a lot of the businesses, you see the names, but you've never been inside.
Right.
So you get a chance to kind of see what's going on, the comings and goings in there, and what's really happening. So
That would kind of be the purpose. One of the many purposes of the chamber is just to get new people in front of your good or service or what you do.
Absolutely.
In your store or talking to you.
Absolutely. And there's so many options, like the business for breakfast.
Right.
I had never been there in the cafe, AM Cafe. I had never been there, and they're awesome. They have the best pancakes in the world.
I'll tell you.
And I started having, because I have a home office, and so when I have meetings, I don't meet at my home. So I'm out and about in the city, and so I had a meeting there at AM Cafe.
Right.
We took Glenna McKee from Assemblyman Lackey's office
Right.
there, and it was awesome. I stuffed her full of pancakes and then started begging.
Well, you fill them with comfort food, and then it just gets easy from there.
Yeah.
Glenda's
Kinda.
great people.
She is an awesome human being.
So you mentioned Glenna, so that's the political world. Are there other community organizations that you work with?
Oh, absolutely. I work with, one of my first supporters was the Antelope Valley Senior Center, Angela Bagmanian. When I first started Mom's House, I strolled in there and said, "Hey, what can I do to help?" And she helped me figure out what was going on. This is even before the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Figured out how the city works, what was going on, and then when I went to school and got my master's in elder care administration, I did my internship there. And so I work with them a lot. I help them to do their programs. Did you know that 90% of the people that work there are volunteers? It's probably like 98%. They have like 3 or 4 paid people, but all those people are volunteers there. So she runs a really good program, and so we partner with her on quite a few programs that we have in the past. I'm also part of the AV Senior Network, which is more of an organization network. The community is invited also, but it puts the organizations together so that you can see what programs are out there. There's a lot of programs in the city that are that are being underutilized. And so when you put the people who run the programs together, they can refer to each other. You can match up programs. You can not duplicate things that are already happening. So that's pretty awesome. We have a new partnership actually with Rainbow Housing, and they run the Fernwood Apartments. We have a mobile crafting event where we can pick it up and drop it in any center. And so we just started a project with them where we're bringing crafting to their center. So that's kind of cool. So
before you go to the next one,
yeah.
So seniors are doing crafts.
Seniors are doing crafts. We have seniors and we have youth, because one of our platforms is a generational gap is growing, and we want to close that up, so it makes it even harder for you to drop grandma in a senior center and never visit our senior facility. And so we put the youth there, we put the seniors there. One of my lead volunteer is a senior, and my lead crafter is a senior, and so they pull together these awesome senior friendly projects. We have a sponsor. It's AGA, and they provide all the tools that we need, all the craft materials. And so we can pick that up. Right now we're doing it at Fernwood Apartments, but we can pick that up and drop it at any facility who is actually looking to get their seniors engaged. So it's an awesome thing, and we had a really good turnout. It's pretty new. The idea in my head was long term, but the project rolling out is pretty new. We do it monthly, but like I said, we can put that anywhere, so it's actually pretty cool.
So you have the idea and the program, and you present it, and the volunteers grab it and they run with it.
Yes, but any nonprofit has a core group of what do you call them? The voluntold. So I've got a few ladies who do almost anything that I ask them to do. That's cool. But then I use a lot of the volunteer sites, websites, volunteer matching that and such, and you put that out there, and then people that are actually interested in the thing you do, they come to you, and that's actually better to get somebody other than to voluntold somebody that they'll do something that they don't necessarily care about, but they're doing it because they like you. It's really good to get people who actually are involved in crafts or like photography or whatever it is that you're trying to get done. So that works out well for me also.
You mentioned community nonprofit organizations, and you're a nonprofit. You joined the chamber. What would be other reasons that a nonprofit would join the chamber and benefit from membership?
You know what I found with being in the nonprofit is that you need to find the win-win. You can't always come at people with your hand out. So even if you have an awesome cause, and most nonprofits do, so you have to find a way to connect with people, and the only way you can do that is actually know what they do and how their business runs. And so if I have, for instance, we'll use the crafting. This hasn't. You know what? I have an example. I'm a nonprofit, and I need grant writers. So I went to the chamber meeting, and it just happened to be there was a grant writer there, and she offered to write grants for me. Now she is not an established grant writer. It's a thing she wants to actually start doing, but you need to get practice. You can't get practice without a client. And so she volunteers to write grants for me. I volunteer to let her, or I'll do testimonials or whatever, or references and that and such. And so it's a win-win. I'm not just asking her to put her time out for free.
Real experience.
Absolutely. And so you get that kind of thing. You can connect with businesses. You can find out what they're trying to do. And then I have a base of seniors, and so there's a lot of organizations, especially with baby boomers, because I'm a young baby boomer. I'm the young end, but there's a lot of us out there, and there's a lot of organizations that are actually trying to connect with that group, and so I can actually offer that.
You have a flyer here for an event in February 25th, from 11 to 3. Generations Fashion Show and Fundraiser. Tell us a little bit about that.
That is our first big fundraiser. Yay! We've done the Generations Fashion Show before, and it was free. But this time we're putting it together, and we're making it our annual fundraiser because I can do so much with a little. It's going to be February 25th, 11 to 3 p.m. at the Lancaster VFW on J and Division. And we have senior and youth models. We're going to have luncheon. We're going to have some dance. We've got a silent auction that is sponsored by Exotic Baskets. Our clothiers are Anna's Bridal and Quinceañera and Erica Angeline. And so it's going to be an awesome time, and it's going to benefit seniors in your community. And the money that we make goes to Mom's House. We are an actual paper-ready, legitimate nonprofit. So all your donations are tax deductible. So when I invite you to come on out, you can get tickets on www.momshouseav.org. That's our website, and it'll connect you with Eventbrite, or you can call me up. Can I get my phone number?
Sure.
661-529-2985, and I will bring tickets to you.
Wow.
I got them in my hot little hands
Or you
here.
call the chamber office and ask Anna or Sharon, who was that lady at Mom's house? How do I get in touch with her?
There you go.
Chamber
Trust me.
office, very helpful.
Very helpful, very helpful. So once again, that's www.momshouseav.org.
That's the goose that lays the golden eggs. That's the most important thing. That's
That is
what's
it.
coming up.
Absolutely.
You know, thanks for being on the chamber membership committee,
Thank you for allowing me.
trying to figure out what of value attracts people to be chamber
Absolutely.
members.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it's
a great committee.
great experience for you, being kind of the new kid on the
It
block.
is a great experience for me. It is.
Appreciate you being there. Appreciate you being a member of the Lancaster Chamber and being involved.
Well, thank you. Thanks for letting me talk. I like to talk.
Especially for Aaron's birthday show.
Absolutely. I was going to sing. They wouldn't let me. I don't know.
Anytime. You know, Donna, you are what makes AV nice.
Oh,
Here you
hey.
go. Here's your bling.
All right.
Thanks for being on the show. Donna
Thank
Hill,
you.
Mom's
Thank
House.
you very much. See you at the event.
Yeah.